Hello, thank you so much for listening in. I'm Samantha Yancey,
And I'm Alan Yancey.
and this is Ask a Massage Couple. In today's session, I'm going to be talking about some of the more recent legal publications that have came out.
And I'm going to talk about being in the present moment.
Awesome. We should all do that.
Okay.
Okay, so sit back, listen in, and let's get our present moment on.
Well, let's get it on.
I don't know. I say let's see what happens.
All right.
All right.
What are we doing now?
Well, we're doing a podcast.
All right.
Yeah. Alrighty. I'm with you, fellers.
Yep. Let's get this ball a-rolling.
We've been rolling for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is part of it.
It doesn't have to be. We can edit the crap out of it.
Well, I still would like to have the Bee Gees lead in better. That's my vote.
Well, I think that the Bee Gees might not like that.
Well, I think there's
Or
one.
whoever has the royalties.
I think
and we're
there's
not
one.
paying them.
Isn't there one alive? I think.
I have no idea.
Isn't the guy that had the beard still alive?
Didn't they all have a beard?
But he was known for his beard.
Weren't they all known for their beard?
No, Sam. You don't know the Bee Gees like I know the Bee Gees.
Oh, no, I completely and totally know that.
That was in my prime, my friend.
That was in your prime. That was in my birth.
And that was in my prime.
And therein lies the issue.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there we have it.
Mm-hmm. Are you still liking your beard oil?
Oh, man. That is rocking my beard off, Sam. I swear to God.
It was supposed to make it more moisturized.
Well,
not rock
it's
it off.
moisturizing, it's shiny, it's shapely, it's great.
Do you like the smell?
Oh, that's part of the reason why I use it, Sam.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
I would definitely market that as a winner
Yay.
in my book. Can I mention something you right up before I forget it?
Mm-hmm.
I skipped a couple of days on my tinnitus oil, and I think I can tell a difference.
Really?
And I wanted to make sure I said that before it escaped my head.
Really?
Really?
So what, your tinnitus has kind of came back since you weren't?
I think
using?
I've noticed a little higher pitch.
Huh.
And so I'm going to start back on it tonight.
Nice. That's not nice that you have a higher pitch, but that's it's cool if the blend that I made you.
Well, I'm saying
has
that,
helped.
I don't know if it's psychologically or not, but it doesn't matter.
Well, like 30% of it working is intention, so.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
the
you know.
other 66 is prayer.
Well, I was going to say science, but okay.
Oh, okay. Well.
That's hilarious.
Well, that's where we're always coming from, aren't we, Sam?
Yeah.
That's pretty much where we're coming from.
That really is kind of like our thing.
Oh, yeah.
Although we flip-flop sometimes.
Oh, yeah. There's some
Like, especially when I do, like, some of my Reiki and light work.
Flip-flopping.
Light work. Then I'm all like, oh, the universe. And you're all, I'm a grounded Buddhist. Shut up.
Well, sometimes, yes.
Sometimes.
That's the great thing about, I kind of pick and choose what I like.
Yeah.
I'm a smorgasbord type of person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I was listening to another podcast.
Yeah.
And hold on. I
Yeah.
need to think about what it was. Okay.
It
was
a podcast. Go ahead.
podcast.
Go ahead.
Yes. Well, no, I was about to say the name of the thing that it was talking about.
Yes.
It was called the thing that the dude was working on was called Soul Pancake. It's the dude from The Office. Like that TV show.
Okay.
And I like
Steve Carell?
No, the dorky looking guy.
Dorky guy. I don't know the dork.
Glasses.
Yeah, the guy that was in You know, that played the piano in that movie that,
Hmm?
you know,
No.
the lion was coming by. Is that what you're talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, it's the same guy that played that office dude.
I think it was the same guy that was in House of a Thousand Corpses. Anyway, it really doesn't matter. Okay. He was on Super Soul Sunday with Oprah, and I was
Okay.
listening to her podcast. Yeah.
Super Soul Sunday.
Yeah. And he came up with something called Soul Pancake. But the reason why I'm talking about it right now is
Yeah.
because he is from a very, like, specific religion. Like, and I know that I'm going to butcher this, but I want to say that it goes like Beehive or something like that.
Yeah, that's my religion.
That's your religion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beehive?
Yeah.
All the time? No, I'm serious. Like, I want to look this up because
Yeah, look that up in your Funk and Wagnall sound.
I'm going to look this up. But, like, the whole premise of the religion is that all religions are basically the same, and that all of the, like, messiahs or prophets or that kind of thing came in the time period that they were supposed to teach certain things to the people who were there.
Man, that's very new agey.
But
yeah.
They're all, like, from the same source.
You know what? I don't know if I should call you a witch right now because, you know, you basically that's what they would call you in the 14th century if you think, you know, everybody was in the same frickin' boat here.
Okay, so I'm not sure if I would like Baha'i.
Baha'i.
It's like Bahai.
Is that the name of the religion?
Yeah, yeah. Look.
I mean, do I get to wear a hat?
Oh, I have no idea.
That's important in my religion.
I have no idea, but I just thought I would let you know about it because when I was listening to it, I was like, oh man, this is.
Sounds like maybe Alan's into Baha'i.
It sounds like Alan's into Beehive.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't know. We'll look into it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what you should do before you bring it up, I think.
I think under normal circumstances, yes, that's what you should do before you talk about it on the podcast. But it just came to my head, and I thought I'd share it with you.
This is probably going to be edited anyways.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
People that desperate, huh?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I just don't think that we should, like, edit ourselves as much.
Okay.
You know? Like, I edit us for, like, time purposes.
Right.
And then if I say it's, like, way too many ums or likes, and then
Like.
when you repeat yourself.
Like.
Like. That's all I edit out.
Like.
Is ums and likes. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Should we just go ahead and get started?
What are we doing?
Well, I'm talking about some of the articles that have came out recently, and I've got 4 to talk about.
Yeah, let's
I
get
don't know if I can get through all 4.
Well, you know, I'm going to give you my personal response to each and every article as it's coming out of your mouth because I haven't read the articles.
Oh, yeah, totally. Okay.
None of us meet before the podcast until we are here.
That's so true. Even though we did have chicken before we sat down. And I did give you a little chair massage.
Oh, my God.
Good chair
I still haven't recovered from that.
I know, you seem kind of sleepy.
Are you kidding me? I was ready to go, and then 2 elbows later, I was out.
Yeah.
I mean, O-U-T, out.
2 elbows and a muscle blend later.
Muscle blend.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for
back.
making me comatose.
Well, somebody had to. So anyway, the first article that I wanted to talk about came out on September 15th.
Okay.
And this is actually from the AMTA.
Okay.
Yeah. They put out something, and apparently they're the only ones that are, like, kind of talking about this, that there is a company that is trying to use the term trigger point and copyright it so that no one else can use it.
Kind of like Doug Trigger Point is going to start naming
Well,
everything after
it's actually a company called Implus, and they are using the words trigger point therapy as a section of their website that basically provides like third party vending
That's
of
weird.
products
So they
Yeah.
just want everybody that looks up that word be
to go to their
Yeah,
website.
to the
Yeah.
website.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and of course, the issue with that is that trigger points has been, happening for a good long while now. You know, Janet Travell was the one who came up with trigger points and kind of like mapped them out and all that good stuff. She was JFK's personal physician.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
This interesting little bit of trivia. Anyway, but she was the one that came up with trigger points. And since then, it has been kind of like the hallmark of neuromuscular therapy. So anyone that does neuromuscular therapy, they're constantly talking about trigger points. So this would mean that they would have to change their entire verbiage.
Crazy. I hope somebody
Yeah.
says no to that.
Well, the reason why I'm talking about it is the AMTA is actually putting out a what are those things called when like a whole bunch of people sign it?
Petitions.
Petition. Thank you. See, like I can't words and whatnot. They're putting out petitions to like you sign off on it, and then they're going to.
Okay, is this like online petition?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can do that.
Yeah. So I was thinking about putting the link on our Facebook.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That will give them at least 4 or 5 more hits right off the bat.
So another article that I was reading on.
Article number 2.
I really like this article episode. This is awesome. Because like I'm not bogged down into one topic. Second article.
Down.
Yeah. The attorney general that was representing like quite a few states basically was petitioning to health insurers to get them to basically recommend pain relieving modalities like massage.
Alternative ways of reducing pain
Right.
besides of opiates.
Exactly, besides opiates.
Man, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is, you don't get the same high,
Oh no.
but
No.
you would get you would get the relief in other ways.
Well, I mean, for someone that isn't into that opioid high,
I'm not.
and they're real. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they are really more about getting rid of the pain.
Yeah.
Then why wouldn't you want to try different things to relieve it besides drugs?
Yeah.
I mean, unless of course they're in so much pain that they need some form of release or relief for the time being until they can get massage, get chiropractic, get, physical therapy to help alleviate the rest of the pain. I totally understand that. Like, for example, anti-inflammatories are going to calm down the inflammation so that the rest of the modalities can do their work. But I'm wondering if we really need the opioids for that, I'm not sure. But of course the problem is that people take drugs and then get addicted to it and then, want more of that.
Yeah.
So of course they might be pissy that their doctor might be prescribing massage.
Yeah,
But
they still want the pills.
yeah, I mean, I totally understand that. If I was going to be addicted to anything, it probably would be pills.
You know the only thing I'm addicted to?
What?
You.
Oh,
Oh,
baby.
I know, that's a sweet moment.
You're so sweet.
I know, I gotta put my shirt back on.
Yeah, you are looking kind of redneck here. Okay. My third article, my favorite essential oil company,
Oh my God.
Young Living,
Yeah.
recently pled guilty to the charges of against the Lacey Act and the Endangerment Species Act. Okay, so apparently,
We still have that under Trump?
surely he'll be getting rid of it soon. But yeah, so they pled guilty. They were charged $760,000 in fines, community service. They also have to submit a compliance plan along with 5 years of probation. Now, this is what was happening.
Now, who goes out and does this community service? Is it the president or?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Surely it's the entire company, like giving back to the community in some way, but I really don't know.
I mean, everybody?
Okay. So it was specifically with spikenard Yard essential oil and rosewood essential oil. Now, rosewood comes from the rainforest. It's a big tree that unfortunately is going extinct. And then spikenard Yard comes from a shrub.
Shrubbery.
We must have a shrubbery. It grows in like the mountains of Nepal, like rocky kind of areas. Like
so there's not much of that either.
High elevation. Well, the problem is that especially with spikenard Yard is that it's better wildcrafted, which means that it grows naturally, and then we come along and harvest it. And it has to be a mature shrub, and we are harvesting the roots. So it's not like we can pick a part off of the plant and then the plant still lives.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so the problem with and this was like mainly the rosewood that was the issue. So apparently a couple of employees within Young Living smuggled out of Peru. Hold on, I've got it. 86 tons of rosewood.
Oh, you can't put that up your butt.
I know, you really can't. And from 2014 until 2016, they managed to get out 1,899 liters worth. And of course, if it was actually abiding by fair trade, like laws and that.
So
kind of
this is kind of like they're going after the rhino horns, and stuff like that.
That would have been close to $6 million.
That's crazy.
That they smuggled out and did not fair trade it. So here's the problem: is that number one, rosewood is going extinct.
Yeah. So why are we taking anything from it now?
Let me say it like this: the problem is bigger than this, because you also have the people that do the harvesting. That's all they've done all their lives.
Yeah, I've always.
So
what do you do for a living? I
there
harvest
needs
rosewood.
to be there needs to be like a let's replenish as we use, and how about let's not use so much. But see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is what gets me about this whole thing. Okay. I've got a couple of things. First of all, we know that it wasn't just one or two employees that were on this, even though that's what they're saying. Like, they hired investigators to look into it, and it was only a couple of employees. But, it's kind of like the Wells Fargo thing.
It just keeps on going.
Like, it's not just a couple of employees. That has to be like a whole company-wide attitude.
Right.
For that to happen.
Yeah, it's got to start from somewhere, because they wouldn't think it's all right to do it.
Exactly. So that irritates me. And then also, the problem is that there's a lot of other essential oils that are having the same issue. Like sandalwood was going on the endangered list there for a while, but then India started like doing better with like replanting, and then they started planting it in other places as well. So they kind of took care of it.
Right? Can I mention something real quick?
Yeah.
The company that is doing this was probably not called the first time they've ever done it.
Yeah, exactly.
So the people that higher up knew they were making profits higher than what they should probably.
Right, exactly.
And so they kind of like wink, say, I don't know how this happened. But yet they're willing to take the profits for many years, and probably knew the consequences if they got caught. Probably wouldn't near as much as how much money they would make.
Exactly.
And so they weighed this out before they even probably did it.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's not just we caught a couple of employees doing bad.
Somebody smuggled in a couple ounces.
My issue is that if you know the company is doing this, and they lie at every turn, they throw crap in your oils, and they're illegally
Who can you trust, though?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of oil companies out there that actually give you the reports so that you can see what's in them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the companies that do this also go through great pains to make sure that they are buying their product from, like a source that is sustainable and, fair trade and as organic as possible. And,
So it's a shot in the dark.
it's not a shot in the dark if you know what you're looking for. The problem is that most of the stuff that is out and about for people who don't know about it is BS. So, one of my former students sent me a message on Facebook and said that he just went to an Essential Oils 101 class and he didn't realize that it was actually a Young Living Tupperware party. Because that's basically, what it is. Hey, come on over here. We'll talk about oils, but we're actually selling you stuff, and we want you to get part of this multi-level marketing as well.
This is the oil that you need to start 101 class.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. If you need multi-level marketing to make it happen, something's wrong.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a pyramid type of thing.
Yeah. And if you can't provide the reports for the stuff, something's wrong. Like, I can't really be silent about this anymore. It's really pissing me off now.
Well, you're passionate, but because
that there's better.
Yeah, about the product itself.
Yeah.
And what makes it sad is they're promoting things that the product that they're selling cannot do.
Well, I mean, chemically
it's impossible.
Just not possible. Yeah.
Right.
And they're charging people like gobs and gobs of money for stuff.
Yeah.
Not that essential oils aren't expensive normally. They are because, they're like fairly rare. But, and they're like preying on people that don't know better.
Yeah.
That's really my issue as a teacher, is that they are preying on people that don't know better, that don't know about the chemistry, that don't know that there's something better,
So they're marketing towards people that are going to be kind of flim-flammed if they don't know the product that well.
Yeah, or if they're not willing to do their own research and education outside of what they provide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have a broad education instead of just somebody feeding you just one company line.
Exactly. So anyway, those are my articles.
Well, that made me very upset.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? That does not keep me in the present moment. I'm going to tell you that.
I'm sorry.
Because when you start talking like that, my mind goes in 500 different directions.
Well, and you know what? You did a really good job of, kind of like sitting down and quieting your mind before we got started. And then here I go talking about, like people killing off endangered species.
I know. It's very
upsetting.
Very upsetting.
I know.
And,
I'm sorry.
but sometimes we need to hear what needs to be heard.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and so I appreciate that because there's a lot of people not talking about the endangered species that are not necessarily just animals.
There's plant life out there too.
Right. So there's a lot of things that that are not cute and cuddly that are dying off too.
Exactly. So
Right.
stop over harvesting stuff.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Just stop.
Just say no.
Well, how about you bring us back into the present moment, Alan Yancey?
Okay, I'm going to go on a subject that is very important to me.
All
and
right.
it's one of the bases of my massage that I felt like has helped me the most in massage.
Alrighty.
It was something that I fell in by accident, like most things that are really good for me. I went to school for Asian Body Works and was introduced to meditation and qigong and tai chi and those things that I had never experienced. I've always had been grown up and used spirituality as something completely different. And so being able to learn about being in the present moment
Mhm.
at the age that I was very mind-boggling because I have not. It was changing your whole way of thinking.
Oh yeah, cuz I mean, like up until then,
Yeah,
you had a completely different outlook on
yeah, I
things,
did.
or you were trying very hard to shove yourself
Yeah,
into that outlook.
oh, trust me, I
Yeah.
knew I've been trying to shove myself in that for a long, long
Yeah.
time. And so I was introduced to Buddhism. I was introduced to a lot of other ideas that were new to me. And I was able to cut off some of the chatter in my mind and think for myself and also understand that I could actually be in the present moment, which I never really had experienced.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you've never been there, then you really don't know
It's
what
really
a
an odd experience.
it's yeah, it's lovely though
Oh, it's
when you actually find it.
yeah, it's hard to go back.
Yeah.
And so I was able to do meditation and things that have enlightened my life. But what makes it great as a massage therapist
Mhm.
is that I can use this in my practice every single day.
Oh man, let me tell you, if you have the capability of grounding yourself before you put your hands on the client and just becoming centered and present and just being there through the entire massage like that, man, that is, I mean, like, it really is spiritual. Like, that's when the physical and spiritual really meet for a massage.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm glad we're bringing up today because I think we're getting away from the spiritual side of massage. I know in our state they did away with qigong and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of other things that we could
Well,
use for our
basically, any
CEUs.
of the energetic
Yeah,
techniques
crazy.
that don't fall in line with what the definition of
Right,
massage is.
right.
Which is very disheartening because a lot of massage is not just hands on skin manual manipulation. There's a mindset behind it, there's an intention behind it.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't get right with that, then it really doesn't matter what you do with your hands on somebody. It's not going to be as powerful as it could if you can get your mind and intention in line with what you're doing.
Not only that, you're benefiting not only your client but yourself the
Mhm.
most. If you can quiet your mind
Yeah.
and meditation works for me. Breathing, reminding yourself to breathe.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing you can think of when you're doing massage is just breathe.
Yeah, breathe and don't put so much expectation on what you're doing.
No, you're breathing and
Like
letting
you're just
things happen.
breathing. Yeah, and allowing the body to do what it does
Yeah,
naturally.
right.
Yeah.
And that's called being in the present moment. When
Mhm.
you're not thinking about what you're having for lunch or where you're going to do after work, or
Right.
you're actually paying attention to everything that is happening in that single moment.
Or you're not listening to the audio book that's playing in the Bluetooth thing in your ear. Did you read that?
No.
Oh, that was ridiculous. I just read that
Well, somebody was
earlier today
listening to a book as they were doing massage.
as they were doing massage. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, come on.
what was the book?
I have no idea.
If it was a good book,
No, I don't. I don't think that they told the person what the book was.
oh, that's pretty funny.
No, they just said they listen to audiobooks while they do a massage to so that they don't get bored.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, why don't they just go ahead and text and watch
Yeah,
some
exactly.
TV or something?
Yeah.
Have Maury Povich on in the background.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Smoke a cigarette, scratch
Yeah.
your butt,
Yeah.
eat a
Have
sandwich.
have a beer in one hand.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like,
If
where
somebody
does it
says somebody says you can't get through an massage without an audio book, maybe you're in the wrong profession.
Yeah, maybe you might want to
Uber driver, maybe.
do something else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah, Uber.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
But
so
something else.
now, getting to the present moment is something that I have been able to read a lot from Thich Nhat Hanh, which is
He's
a
awesome.
Buddhist writer And also, he's from Vietnam, and he was brought up as a child during the Vietnam War, and a
Mhm.
fascinating life.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of books that talk about the present moment that
And
speaks to me personally.
I have to say, a really easy read.
Yeah.
And a really nice listen. If you ever get the chance to have someone read to you at night, man, that is some good sleep.
I think the first couple of years that we were married, I went through a lot of Mitch Hahn stuff at night, and just I
Yeah.
read it aloud,
Yeah.
and I could get through a sentence and Sam would be gone,
Sleep.
snoring away.
Yeah. It's true. It soothed me.
Yeah,
It soothed me.
it's your way of saying,
Meow.
yeah, you're asleep, you're gone.
Oh,
But
that's
those
nice.
type of things help,
Mhm.
and you can get it from other places too.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I mean,
there's a lot of different resources out there. Just, but it's a good idea to find something that speaks to you.
yeah, I mean, people can use prayer.
Mhm.
I mean, use what works for you. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only way you can go, because it's not.
Mhm.
I mean, this is the way I found for myself.
I did a class one time called dragon breathing, and it was. Have I not told you this?
No,
It
I was thinking
was.
about the other breathing that we did in class and about
Oh,
passed out.
oh my god. That I think that was.
That was the Qigong class.
Oh god, that was a stupid crazy class. Um, like the fakest qigong ever.
Well, all I
Um,
remember about stacking chairs is all I
oh
remember
my
about
god,
that.
we stacked chairs like a good 20 times in that class. It was like, what? Like, why do we need to pull out chairs and put up
Please don't
chairs
make me
and
stack
pull
chairs
out
again.
chairs and put up chairs? I hate you.
Yeah, I would sit through anything. Just don't make me put up
No,
chairs
that
again.
was some weird breathing. But no, the dragon breathing was basically aligning your breath with your client.
Oh yeah,
And you notice that when you do that, their body responds to you in a very easy way. Like
oh yeah,
doing deep tissue, the muscle just melts up underneath your fingers.
yeah.
It was, I mean, some of the best massages that I've had when I was like kind of like coming into my own as a massage therapist. When I realized that like yes, this is awesome. I can be a massage therapist. It's not, like, because for a while there I was getting kind of burned out. Um, that was one of the classes that I did, and it really changed my perspective on the connection between client and therapist and the impact that our intention has on the work. And
Yeah.
this was before I even did Reiki, so, you know.
Now, Sal, I'm gonna say this is one of the reasons why I think that I have been in the business for 15 years.
Mhm.
Because if I haven't learned this early, I don't know if I would have made it as long as I have. Because
Yeah.
every day I look at 2 or 3 hours of meditation in a massage. That's how I look at it.
Right.
I look at, oh hell yeah,
Mhm.
I get that an hour of meditation here.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like a very much a win situation for me,
Win-win.
and I think the clients win too. And so that's the
Mhm.
secret that I wanted to put out tonight, is that if you could be in the present moment, find what works with you, and that dragon breath really works.
Yeah.
And what the great thing is, Sam, is if you could get them to match your breath, you could get them to match your breath too.
Mhm.
And so either one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you can, if you have somebody that's really nervous on your table,
Mhm.
and if you just practice easy breathing
Yeah.
and calmness and things like that, you'll be shocked how quickly they will relax, and your muscles will too. Every time that you have a muscle tension and you ask, could you breathe through this?
Mhm.
What do you think that is? That's just relaxing
Yeah.
tension.
Yeah.
And so that's why you say, hey, we need to breathe through this.
Mhm.
And if you're breathing through this, all the time, you don't have to breathe through it.
Yeah.
And the great thing about meditation, qigong and tai chi, that is very much related into massage, is that it is basically just moving and breathing. And if you think about that, everything that we do in life is moving and breathing.
Or at least it should be.
Well, if you're not doing one or the other, you're asleep or something. You're
Something,
still breathing while you're
something's
sleeping.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not alive.
Well,
Well, when you get that rhythm, that you can be, in that at one, and you're constantly just breathing and moving, and that's what massage is breathing and movement to me. Now we can go do all kinds of different techniques, but I'm going to tell you, if you have the right intention, if your breathing is and if everything is relaxed, your client is going to feel a difference. Now I see mine as like a dance even.
oh yeah, it's definitely dancing.
It's dancing,
Flowy.
flowing,
Flowy as fuck. I love it.
breathing, dancing. And who wouldn't want to do that for an hour?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say this that it works every time, because it doesn't.
Oh God, no. There's
care what
sometimes
you
that
do.
like man, like you come up to that client and you're like, this is gonna be the bomb ass massage.
this is
Put
gonna be the
ground yourself, put your hands on them, and like
start
get
breathing.
going. And it's like, oh my God, I'm not connected. This is the weirdest massage
and
ever.
They're talking to you.
Ugh.
Oh.
Like, okay, yeah, tell me about your kids.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about your Aunt
Your-
Lucy's goiter. Yeah,
Aunt Lucy's
sorry
goiter.
that's going on.
Oh.
But if you can keep them quiet and you quiet, it's a very spiritual thing. And that's one thing has made me so much enjoy massage, because if I did not have that, Sam, I don't know if I would be going at it like some of these people are just doing it every day for so many years. I don't know how they cannot have a connection.
I'm not gonna lie, there's some days that I kind of envy you, because you can kind of go into that massage and really have that quiet time for that hour. I mean, if your client allows it, obviously. But,
Yeah, but after a while, you can even do it while they're talking to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the great
Exactly.
thing. You can, after you practice this long enough, it's a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, you don't turn it off and on.
Yeah.
It's just, just part of what you're doing.
Yeah. I think with what I do all day, it's very hard to be, not that it's hard to be present, but it's hard to shut off your mind when you're teaching.
Well, yeah, you're doing right the opposite of what I'm doing. I'm
That's what
emptying
I'm
my
saying.
mind, and you're filling yours up.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I constantly have to have my mind buzzing all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
And sometimes it's hard to stop the buzzing.
yeah. I've
Yeah.
gotten better about,
yeah.
sleeping, though.
Are you kidding me? You're a lot different than, even 6 or 7 years ago.
Oh, man. Yeah. I fully agree with that. I think I'm a lot bigger than I was even 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, there's some days.
I don't care what you do. There's some days you're just not on. It's not
Yeah.
happening.
That's it.
And so don't, grade yourself. This is not a competition.
Yeah.
And see, it's not a good or bad. It's just what is.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you don't put unreal expectations on your massage, you're not there to heal that person. You're there to promote healing.
Yeah.
You are there to do something that you're going to try to help this person in some suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a very spiritual thing if you think about it.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about, even if they don't get the physical aspects of it, they were able to come and lay down for an hour
And relax.
and relax
Yeah.
and maybe shut off. Or the other end, talk to somebody.
Yeah. Somebody to listen.
Yeah. Because, that happens too.
I mean, Sam, I think I told you this week is that sometimes you listen even when you disagree.
Yeah.
And see, that's hard to turn off your ego when you're in a massage.
Oh, man. Especially when people try to bring up politics.
Yeah, I had one this week bring up politics, hit all my wrong buttons,
Yeah.
but I didn't say anything
And you didn't give her the ego elbow?
I didn't give her the ego
Good
elbow.
job, Alan.
I didn't give her anything. I
Mm-hmm.
just, kind of like did the old dance around, how's the weather outside, and
Yeah.
you know, it,
Everything but that topic.
yeah, then it finally faded away.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard not to judge people,
Yeah. I mean,
and
it's
so
hard not to do that anyway.
it's hard, and so you allow those people to be who they are. You're not going to change them in that hour with politics or your religion or whatever you're selling.
Yeah.
Allow them to be who they are, you know, and without judgment because you don't know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And so that's hard to cut off because we're you may get when somebody says you all make a judgment in your head a lot of times. I do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so you just have no idea what's going on, and you find out a lot of these people are having a lot of rough time in their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, some people have a lot of stress that on the outside we don't know about.
Yeah.
We just don't know what people are going through.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the present moment, and if you can use that as your everyday walk of life, and as you can use that in your massage, oh my God, I swear to God, it will make you make a difference.
I swear to God.
Swear to God, it'll make a difference.
It's going to make a difference.
I swear to God, it's gonna make a difference.
Lord.
If you don't believe me, that's okay. You don't have to.
Lord, help the little children.
Yeah, I was just trying to do a little bit of something that I want to share personally because I really do think it has made a big, big, big difference in my life and how I cope.
Yeah.
And I enjoy my job because of it.
I mean, it makes a difference. If you can go to work every day.
Yeah.
And, I mean, okay. Let's just be honest. If you're not looking at massage in this way, it can be a little boring.
Tedious.
Tedious is a really good word for it.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing over
Same
and over
thing
and
over
over
and over
and
again.
over.
People
Man.
come in thinking they're like, oh, my shoulder. It's like, yeah, I know exactly where to go because, like, I've seen you
Right.
only looking totally different
Right.
at least 4 times today.
And see that's the great thing about qigong and tai chi. It's repetitive movement with breathing, and so that's
Yeah.
that's
And that's
massage.
what works for you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That is massage. Actually, when I teach my students the little bit of qigong that I'm able to teach them, I turn that the wave one into a massage stroke.
Oh yeah, I told you one of the things that I was going to think about doing a class on was qigong massage, but that's no longer even a thought in the state I live in.
Well, no, it can be.
Well, but you just won't get to see useful.
No, it can because you're doing massage.
Hands on.
It's massage.
Okay.
Yeah. You're just adding some flowy as fuck shit on there.
Is that what we're calling it?
Flowy as fuck shit massage.
That's on my business card.
If not, it really should be. Oh my god.
That's not really what I was going for.
No. No, we kind of took a turn here.
Yeah, something went bad.
I think that was my fault. I'm sorry.
Something went bad.
Less flowy as fuck.
Yeah. And so, tune in. If it works for you, great. If not, find something that does.
Yeah. Yeah, find something that keeps you present. Maybe you work on some, different types of breathing.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you have, visualizations that you, go to.
Love it.
Yeah. I do the one with my students sometimes about putting all their cares and woes and worries into a bag and leaving it outside the room.
Mm-hmm.
That's, nice little visualization if that's what you need.
We can do astroplaning. How far do we want to go, man?
But, I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And if we have not touched on something that that really calls to you, then, hey, look up something for yourself because eventually the mundaneness of massage is going to wear on you. Just like if you don't have proper body mechanics.
And it's going to help your massage. It's going to help you.
Definitely.
So, it's a win-win.
Yeah. And it's also going to help you with life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you're about to have a panic attack in the DMV, and like you just remember to breathe.
Remember to breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we remind each other to breathe occasionally.
Yes. Remember to breathe.
Remember
It's
to
okay.
breathe.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Okay.
I mean, I can keep talking about this if you like, but it's just kind of like rambling from there on.
Yeah, let's not ramble.
No rambling out tonight.
Rambling Alan Yancey.
Rambling bearded lady.
All right. Well, folks, thank you very much for listening in.
Yes, this has been a fantastic podcast. Thank you for listening.
You know what? I'm glad that we talked about the present moment. And I like reading articles.
Oh, yeah.
I like jumping from like one topic to the next instead of...
Yeah, we've hit this has been a great...
I've had fun this go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's truth to what we say if you just look into it a little bit. Just to find out what works for you, man. We're not here to judge.
And you know what? Like, I would also like to say, just FYI.
Yeah.
And I mean, this should like not need to be said, but this is in accordance to Sam and Alan here.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you know, these are our opinions. These are our thoughts. These are what we know to be true about the universe and life and the profession.
One of a very close friend of mine told me one time, Alan, nobody gives a shit what you have to say.
I do believe that was me.
It was.
It was. Alan, and you do realize that nobody gives a fuck what you say.
And so, I've lived that with my lifestyle, and so I know that nobody really cares, so, I go ahead and say what I want to because, hey, nobody really cares what I have to say.
Well, I've come to the realization that with this podcast that, you and I are having fun.
Oh, yeah, we wouldn't be doing this if we hadn't had fun.
Yeah, and we're basically just doing what we will be doing, on a normal...
We're not watching Dancing with the Stars, y'all.
That's not who we are.
Yeah, we're not watching Ninja Warrior.
No, but the people who are seeking us out and actually listening to our podcast, they get it.
Yeah, the two people in Wyoming. Thank you. I think that's what we've got, right?
Well, I think we have about 20.
What?
Yeah.
Regular listeners?
Regular listeners.
I mean, that are not the last name or related to us in any way?
That is correct, sir.
Well, that's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just shows you people hurting for entertainment.
Well, and I say 20 regular listeners because there are almost 20 people that consistently, like the second that we have a podcast out, they get it that day.
I mean, they download it that day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, speaking of that, you don't even have to listen. Just download it.
And you know what? If you guys would do us a favor, the 20 people out there that are regular listeners, thank you so much, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we have fun, but it's kind of cool that, you guys are listening in.
Yeah, we're, what was this, number 11 or something?
This is 11, yeah.
So, 11 weeks we've been doing this.
Yeah. It doesn't seem that long.
I've had marriages that last longer. It's long, huh?
You've had marriages that have lasted longer? I hope so.
Well, not much longer than this.
Oh my God. But if you guys will do us a favor and get onto iTunes, if that's where you're seeing us, and rate, subscribe, comment, that kind of stuff.
I don't know what that helps us to do, but thank you.
Well, it keeps us on there.
Oh, they'll kick us off if nobody likes us?
Well, if nobody listens, yeah.
Oh,
but
so...
we're good. Let's just say that I have a lot of Facebook friends that love me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and for my Facebook friends, bleh.
Alan, I really do think we need to get you a brand new Facebook account.
Mine's just a little bit too,
Well, it's a bit of a Debbie Downer for you personally.
Yeah, because...
It's really what it is. Well, it's just that the area that you grew up in, most everybody has a different opinion than you. You are the,
the oddball.
Yeah, I think that's actually a good quality.
Well, my friends who really know me, they love me anyway, and I love them.
Yeah, but sometimes the Facebook is a Debbie Downer.
Well, yeah. Who wants to be
bombarded
with
by everything that you disagree with?
Crapola.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to be, poked in the eye every day.
Hilarious. All right, guys. Well, yeah, check us out on iTunes.
Yeah, all those other
Rate,
things.
subscribe, all that good stuff. Of
And
course,
thank you for all those cards and letters out there. Keep them coming.
seriously. We are going to put this on Facebook as always, so check us out there. And hopefully you guys listened to the last episode and commented, because
Yeah.
Alan doesn't think that anybody listens to
No.
us.
She said there's 20 people, but they've never commented on it.
Yeah.
So I just think Sam's making up things in her mind. So
It's not that I'm making it up. It's just like the people who download it, like from our website.
yeah, okay, all right.
Now, I mean, if they are actually listening to it or not, I really don't know.
Yeah, well, you
But-
can't. You still could comment on it.
Yeah.
you
I
didn't
mean,
listen to it.
what are you guys doing? You get on our Facebook.
Yeah.
You download the crap.
Right.
How about comment? You know?
Or at this time I'll even take bad stuff. Say it's shitty. I'll take anything.
Aw. But yeah, the last episode, I put out a little shout out saying, hey, prove Alan wrong.
Oh.
That, because you don't think that people listen to the end.
Well, I need to get on these social media more often, Sam.
Well, get on it.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Are you sure?
Dr. Pepper, sir.
Dr. Pepper, Mom.
Remind me to tell you that story.
Oh, no, I don't want to.
So yeah, our website is askamassageCouple.libsyn.
Hey, Sam, did
.com.
you know that at Food Lion, their Dr. Pepper is called Dr. Perky? True story.
Perky. Oh.
True story. But I like Dr. Perky a lot.
No, Dr. Perky
better.
is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Paging Dr. Perky. Paging Dr. Perky.
it's so every time you say Dr. Pepper now, I say
Yeah.
Dr. Perky.
Dr. Perky, you're needed in emergency room 1. Dr. Perky, paging Dr. Perky. Oh my God, we have issues.
He's an oh
We need to end this before we run
Okay.
out of bandwidth.
Okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
Love and compassion.
Bye bye. Love and compassion, y'all. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.